Okay, we're back in Galatians 6 and 7. Say, be not deceived. Don't be fooled. Don't let anybody lie to you. The Most High is not mocked. But whatsoever man soweth, that shall he also reap. See? They sold slavery. They sold hard bondage, oppression. To this day, killing us, the verdict's not guilty. Over and over again. Raped us, sold a boy for an harlot. We read Joel 3 and 4. And 3. And sold a girl for wine. Put drugs in the neighborhood, guns in the neighborhood, put us against each other. In the Willie Lynch letter, until now, and so on and so on. That's why he said, be not deceived, the Most High is not mocked. For whatsoever a man soweth, that shall he also reap. So we heard what they said they sowed when we going up in them chariots as the Israelites. What they going to say as our enemy beheld us going up, what they going to say. Wisdom of Solomon, the 5th chapter. Future prophecy. So what they reap, that's what they're going to reap. That's why we're reading about how they're going to captivity, slavery, and bondage. Galatians 3:25. Colossians 3 and 25. But he that doeth wrong shall receive for the wrong which he have done, and there is no respect of persons. See that? So no matter what you do, ain't no respect of person to the Most High. The Most High respect unto his chosen people, the children of Israel, us together. But ain't no respect of persons with the Most High. Understand, overstand this. So you reap what you sow. Galatians 4:26. Galatians 4:26. But Jerusalem, which is in Israel, the land of Israel, which is above the continent they call Africa, land of Ham, is above that. Jerusalem, which is above, is free, which is the mother of us all. You hear that? Jerusalem is the mother of us all. Not Africa, but Jerusalem is the mother of us all. Psalm 68 and 30. Psalm 68 and 30. So a lot of people, they look at these scriptures and you might hear what you're hearing. It might be the first time you're hearing something like this, but it's very important to take heed so the anger of the Most High don't come upon you. This is what he said. Psalms 68 and 30 say, rebuke the company of spearmen, the multitude of the bulls with the calves and the people, till every one submit themselves with pieces of silver, scattered out of people that delight in war. Who the spearmen? So-called Africans. Rebuke them, he said, Isaiah 43 and 3. Isaiah 43 and 3. Isaiah 43 and 3. For I am the Most High thy power, the Holy One of Israel thy Savior. I gave Egypt, who is captivity in, for thy ransom, Ethiopia and Sabia for thee. As he said, they go into captivity. That's why he said, go to Zephaniah, the book of Zephaniah 2 and 12. You Ethiopians, well, Hamites, yes, in captivity for 70 years. Also, ye shall be slain by my sword. You hear that? You're going to be slain by the Most High sword. We know what we read. Y'all forgot. Let's go back there again. In Revelations 19 and 15. What does it say? And out of his mouth, out of my second mouth, he come to judge and make war, goeth a sharp sword. That with it, he should smite or kill the nations. Ethiopians, also, you shall be slain by my sword, right? With this sharp sword, that of my second coming back, he shall smite or kill the nations. And he shall rule them with a rod of iron, and he treaded the winepress of the fierceness and wrath of almighty power, the Most High. That's why for us, we still run around talking about we Hamites, we Africans and so forth. Go to Daniel 9 and 7. Daniel 9 and 7. O Most High, righteousness belongeth unto thee. But unto us confusion of faces. We don't know who we are. We don't know who we are. How long? As at this day, as this very day. Still calling ourselves Hamites. We not know, we got confusion of faces, man. Meaning we don't know who we are. I have 104 different identities when I ask people, what's your nationality? They look like me. Mostly brothers. 104. So all you can count from there, 104. I'm talking about ridiculous identities of what race are you. 104 different identities of who we are. Confusion of faces. Don't know who we are. As at this day, to the men of Judah and to the inhabitants of Jerusalem, and unto all Israel that are near and that are far off, to all the countries whither thou hast driven them, because of their trespass that they have trespassed against thee. We trespassed against the Most High. So he told us, as we read in Babylon of Temple 2 by Rudolph R. Windsor, he had it right in Deuteronomy 28:64, man. You're going to scatter us among all these nations, and we're going to serve wood and stone, these different religions and so forth. It's crazy, but it's real. Ezekiel, the 20th chapter, and the 32nd verse. It says, since we have confusion of faces, it says, and that which cometh into your mind, thinking you are Hamite, thinking you are African, shall not be at all. That ye say, we will be as the heathen, as the families of the countries to serve wood and stone. He said we're going to serve wood and stone in Deuteronomy 28:64, right? So you said you're going to be like the heathens and serve their religions that they set up. As I live, said the Most High Power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob, Jacob being the forefather of the 12 tribes of Israel, surely with a mighty hand and with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out will I rule over you. So you wonder why all the things that's happening to us and have happened to us. Because he told us he's going to rule over us with fury. But he said, I will bring you out from the people and will gather you out of the countries wherein ye are scattered with a mighty hand with his son of Mashiach Yahushua, not coming on this earth as a man, but in his angelic power to bring righteousness on this earth. That's that mighty hand. And with a stretched out arm and with fury poured out, and I will bring you into the wilderness of the people, and there will I plead with you face to face, like as I pleaded with your fathers in the wilderness of the land of Egypt, that we started this lesson in. Remember we was in Egypt, went into the wilderness, and rebelled against the Most High, He's going to plead with us again. So will I plead with you, said the Most High power. And I will cause you to pass under the rod, dealing with the laws of the Most High, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. So what is he talking about? Who's the covenant with? The bond of the covenant. Who's the covenant with? That's the contract or agreement that the Most High made with someone. Who you make the covenant with? Everyone? All nations? Let's find out. Because, you have people that's, I've heard in certain religions that they don't ascribe to my doctrine. But it's not a doctrine, it's a way of life. Who's the covenant with? Make it mean something different. I'm always apt to change. Psalms 105 and 8. Who's this covenant with? He had remembered his covenant, which is a contract or agreement forever, until this day. The word which he commanded to 1,000 generations, which covenant or contract or agreement he made with Abraham. And his oath unto Isaac, because Abraham had a son named Isaac, and confirmed the same unto Jacob for a law. Isaac had Jacob. And to Israel, representing the Israelites, who our forefathers Jacob, who was changed to Israel, who became the Israelites, and to Israel, the Israelites, for what? For an everlasting covenant. You see? So it's the covenant to Abraham, to Isaac, to Jacob, to the 12 tribes of Israel, as an everlasting covenant, contract or agreement that he had with us, 12 tribes of Israel. So, Ezekiel 20 and verse 37, and I will cause you to pass under the rod. That's the laws. Remember, you're going to read, he's going to smite the nations and rule them with a rod of iron. Pass under the rod. Going to deal with these commandments of the Most High, these laws of the Most High, and I will bring you into the bond of the covenant. These laws that the Most High made with Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob to the 12 tribes of Israel. And I will purge out from among you the rebels and them that transgress against me. So all you that think you're going to make it to the kingdom and you sinning against the Most High, he's going to purge you out. All you that sinning against the Most High, and you hypocrites too. Call yourself Israelites, you doing all this wickedness behind the scene. He know. That's why I did the scriptures in the lesson on you don't see me, people. I will bring them forth out of the country where they sojourn, and they shall not enter into the land of Israel. Hear that? Remember the Most High gonna place it in our land? Say these people not gonna enter into the land of Israel. Like remember the adults? He only saved Joshua and Caleb. Everybody else he killed. What did he say? And they shall not enter into the land of Israel, and ye shall know that I am the Most High. Believe this and understand this. That's why we got to understand, understand how the Most High is going to do what he says he's going to do. Isaiah 14:21. It says, prepare slaughter. You're going to do what he say do. Isaiah 14:20, prepare slaughter for his children. Why? For the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise, nor possess the land, nor fill the face of the world with cities. It's over. It's over. For I will rise up against them, said the Most High power of hosts. What the Most High say? He's going to rise up against them. Remember the Most High ruled in the kingdom of men and set up over it whom he will, and set up over it the basis of men. So he said he's going to rise up against them. Said the Most High, power of hosts, power of armies, power of angels, and cut off from Babylon or America or the system that the elite are running in this world. The name, like they said, they're going to get rid of our name of Israel. He's going to cut their name off. And the remnant, and son and nephew, said the Most High. So, all you that want to follow the way you want to follow this world, all the answers are here in the scriptures. But you have a choice. You want to still be African? You an Israelite? I love it. Isaiah 61. And let's look at start at verse 3. It says, to appoint unto them, we the Israelites, that mourn in Zion, mourn among our nations, the 12 tribes of Israel, to give unto them beauty for ashes, the oil of joy for mourning, the garment of praise for the spirit of heaviness, that they might be called trees of righteousness, the planting of the Most High. Remember you said you're going to plant us, you're going to put us in our own land? The planting of the Most High, that he might be glorified. You hear that? That's when we say we're going to church, we're going to be praising the Most High, we're going to be scared, we're going to be remnant, we're going to be frightened, but we're going to praise the Most High, that the Most High may be glorified. And they shall build the old wastes. They shall raise up the former desolations, and they shall repair the waste cities, the desolations of many generations. And strangers, these other nations, because there's going to be a remnant of them that's going to be redeemed too. Let me say we're going to take those strangers and put them in their place. And the strangers shall stand and feed your flocks. Like we had to stand and feed their flocks. And the sons of the alien, since they the aliens, the other nations the alien, but they call us the aliens. The sons of the aliens shall be your plowmen and your vine dressers. You see? They're going to be planting the crops and making sure our grapes to have the best wine ever to be tasted. But ye shall be named the priests of the Most High. Men shall call you the ministers of our power. Ye shall eat the riches of the Gentiles, and their glory shall ye boast yourselves. And in their glory shall you boast this. I mean, our gates going to be open day and night that the forces of the Gentiles may be brought in. For your shame ye shall have double. And for confusion of faces, remember we got confusion of faces, they shall rejoice in their portion. And confusion, like I said, they had us in derision, a proverb of reproach. That they're going to say as we going up in the chairs, going in before the indignation come on this earth. Therefore in their land they shall possess the double. Everlasting joy shall be upon them. Verse 9, and their seed, lineage, our children, shall be known among the Gentiles, and their offspring among the people. All that see them shall acknowledge them, that they are the seed which the Most High hath blessed. I will greatly rejoice in the Most High, power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. My soul shall be joyful in my power, forever and ever and ever. For he hath clothed me with the garments of salvation, power from the authority on this earth. He hath covered me with the robe of righteousness, a robe of keeping his laws, statutes, and commandments. Only way you get this robe of righteousness, if you're doing what's right. As a bridegroom decketh himself with ornaments, and as a bride adorneth herself with her jewels. For as the earth bringeth forth her bud, and as the garden cause the things that are sown in it to spring forth, so the Most High power will cause righteousness and praise to spring forth before all the nations. You hear that? Before all the nations. He going to spring forth what? Righteousness and praise. His laws, such commandments that he took the time to write with his finger. 613 laws, moral laws, civil laws, dietary laws, ceremonial laws, and sacrificial laws that he took the time to write with his finger. So the Most High power will cause righteousness and praise to spring forth before all the nations. So, thus it is written, thus it will come to pass. The kingdom of the Most High. It's beautiful. So hopefully that's enough to be able to get you to realize that we're not Africans. We're the Israelites. If you need more, like I said, I got a whole book that I started you with that the elders came out with in the early 90s. You need more proof? I got it right here. It's all in this book of different books and authors, and the pages are here to prove the facts. But due to time constraint, I gave you a little bit of that book. So in the beginning, so you go back to the first part of the lesson, you can go look, you can review that. But with that, if you have any questions or comments, you can write it down, and I'll address them as best I can. And if you'd like to contribute to this ministry, Shield of Wisdom We Got Next, you can go to Cash App, $123, then Tha'awam, THAAHWAM, or PayPal, www.paypal.me/Shield of Wisdom. That's in the Cash App, $123, Tha'awam, THAAHWAM, or PayPal, www.paypal.me/Shield of Wisdom. And with that, I say all praise to the Most High Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushai. All praise to Mashiach Yahushai Ba'ashem Mashiach Yahushai. I say Krum Abanawa Yahweh, Krum Mashiach Yahushai, and Krum Yasharella. And I'm out. Shalom.